Hi, my name is Elton. I'm a salesman at Ford, and this is what it's like working 50 hours a week as a salesman. In this video, I'm going to show you and explain what happened in the deal, show customer trades, and ultimately just give you an inside look of what it's like to sell cars and just be in the industry. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a tremendous amount, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. I hope you enjoy the video. I just finished selling this 2024 Ford F350. It's a gas engine. I'm actually gonna go ahead and deliver it to my customer's house. They just finished leaving, and I'm gonna go ahead and be on my way right now. So the reason why I'm going to deliver this vehicle over to them is because they actually ended up trading in their vehicle and they didn't bring it to the dealership. They left it at home. They just finished signing all the documents. I'm gonna bring this car over to them and they're gonna sign the title over to us, and I'm gonna drive the vehicle back home with a dealer plate. Now this deal was a little weird, it was a little different, and these customers didn't really like me. Whenever I would talk to them, they were very short on the response. It seemed like they just didn't want to be there, or at least they didn't like working with me, and I tried never to take it offense to it. It just seemed like they didn't want to work with me, is the best way I could explain it. My customers traded in a 2011 Ford F250 6.7 Power Stroke. Their vehicle's getting older. It had 90 miles on it, but it's a 2011. They wanted something modern. They ended up going with the gas because they saw how expensive diesels are. They're like 80 grand, 90 grand, depending on the trim level and the type of vehicle that you're looking to get into. Even pre-owned, we're still selling them at like 70, 60K. It just depends on the miles and, you know, all that stuff. So while I was doing the negotiations with these customers, at one point they're like, hey, I don't want to do the back and forth, and they ended up getting out. So I said, okay, give me 1 minute. Let me go see if I can get what you want. If I can't get it, then okay, you can leave. And they said, no, we're good. We're just gonna go ahead and leave. While they were walking away, I told my friend Jason, hey, can you go talk to them, see if there's anything there? He goes over there and talks to them. He's able to get a commitment while they're inside their car. He runs back to the dealership, gets a new page printed out, goes over to them, and they ended up coming back inside. They ended up really liking Jason. They were just very talkative with him. The overall mood was a lot better. My customers ended up going to another salesperson that has a beard, doesn't have the same hair. He has straight hair, short straight hair. I have medium length curly hair. We're both chunky, and he goes over to him and says, hey, we ended up getting the deal that we wanted. And my coworker was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got you confused with someone else. I'm gonna go ahead and head out so I can get their trade-in and their title signed and get this deal wrapped up. So this was my customer's trade-in. We gave him 15 grand for it. That's how much we gave him, right?
Yeah.
This is the interior of the vehicle. It's pretty clean. Has a little bit more miles than what they said it was gonna have. And it has a little bit more dings and dents that they said it did. They told me they only had one, but obviously we can't always trust what some people say. This is the back of the vehicle. This is the one thing that they told me about that was pretty bad. All the way down to the metal. The bed is in rough condition, but I mean, they did use it as a truck, so that's expected. I'm gonna hand this over to Jason and see what he was able to tell my customers to come back and work a deal and close this thing.
Yeah, sometimes you have to get the relief pitcher to come in and finish the deal. These people really just wanted to get out of here. They seemed like they didn't want to buy a vehicle, but I smooth talked them. I set them down. Pretty much gave them what they kind of wanted for the vehicle. Also tried to work on the payment for them. They were payment buyers. The guy was in love with his truck. I also said they had no money down, but when I got down to the bare bones, I was able to get $4,000 for a down payment, which helped get them to the payment that they wanted to be at.
This wasn't, I mean, it wasn't a hard deal, to be honest. It was an easy deal. It's just they didn't want to sit down and talk numbers. Like they were like, the guy kept saying like, hey, I don't want to waste your time. Let's not waste each other's time. I'm like, well, Like, dude, you're wasting your own time if you don't buy the truck. Like, you know.
Well, they told me they're on their way to JCPenney, and they just stopped to see what they had, what we had.
I guess. I mean, they did not bring the truck, so I'm sure that is true.
Yeah.
But they said they bought multiple cars from us, so I don't know why they try to make it so hard. I'm at 7 cars. I had to take a few days off recently. Had some stuff going on. How many cars are you at, Jason?
8.5.
8.5? I thought you were at 9.
No, 8.5. I had the Facebook guy that came in today. That would have put me at, I was banking on him buying, but he has to think on it. I think it'll be a deal tomorrow. But yeah, that'll put me at 9.5.
Are you happy with where you're at for your month?
Yeah, I am. It's not just the numbers, it's the amount of money I made. I got 6 surveys. We get paid on surveys. After 3 surveys, you get $50 a survey. I got 6 surveys back, so I got $300 for that. The spiff for the month was old age units, $1 per day. I sold 5 of them that were here for at least 250 days. So that's another $1,500 to $1,700 I made in spiff. So I made decent money the second half of the year, or second half of the month.
The first half of the month was okay for me. Well, I got to charge back like $400 because of the leather. Earlier in the month, my check was looking a little bit small take home, and I was wondering why. I thought I didn't get paid on one deal, and it turned out that I had a deal about 2 months ago where we agreed to switch out the seats to leather seats instead of cloth seats on a Ford Transit van. They ended up quoting us for 2 seats when in reality it was 4, I think, or it wasn't quoted for the amount of seats that we were replacing because it was a passenger transit van or whatever it is, the one that you can transport like 6 people to. And they charged me back like $400 or something like that, like $480, and it was a half deal, so they charged us back evenly. So yeah, it was a big difference, and that kind of ruined the start of the month for me, but the second half has been really good. I just finished selling this 2025 Ford Mustang Mach-E. My customers are in finance and I already have everything set up for them. I'm just waiting for them to come out and take delivery. They actually just finished coming from our competitor. They're called Godin Ford. They said that they ended up leaving that dealership to explore more options, but the real reason was because the windshield on the car that they wanted was being replaced and they would have to wait until the next day. They didn't want to wait for their vehicle, so they ended up going to us. We had the vehicle that they wanted, but it was actually a little bit more because the Mach-E that she got has black rims. It's still a Select, which is the one that they were looking at the other dealership, but this one has black rims and looks a little bit nicer. The price difference was about $3,000 more. We were able to help them out. They got 0% at 72 months. My dealership is really encouraging us to sell Mach-E's because I'm gonna get $150 cash in hand. It's the first of the month of August and we're starting out hot. It was a real simple deal to get done. It didn't really take that long. And my customers got a really beautiful Mach-E. I just finished selling this 2025 Ford Maverick Hybrid. I'm gonna gas it up. It's already detailed. I'm just waiting for my customers to get out of delivery. My customers were actually brought in by my sales manager. We have 2 people on internet and one of the people on internet are not here. So my manager has been helping around answering leads, trying to get people in. He was able to get these customers in. I worked them. My customers came from, again, our competitor, Godin Ford. They told me that they were kind of just not being fair with the trade-in value, that they were just going back and forth and they weren't really getting anywhere. They were actually looking at an electric vehicle over there. They decided to go with a Maverick so they can still get a hybrid engine and get good gas mileage. So after they kind of were tired of playing a back and forth game or just not really getting to where they wanted to be at, they ended up leaving. And today in the morning, my manager called him. They were texting back and forth and he was able to schedule an appointment for them to come in. They actually came in after they bought groceries, and the groceries are right here. The rest of the groceries are perishables, so they're in the dealership floor just sitting there while they're in finance. And we were able to make up a deal, so we're trying to get them quick in and out. I'm gonna hurry up and head over there. But they were able to get It was a $529 payment with $5,000 down. They did have a trade-in with a little bit of negative equity. In the end, they're really happy with the payment. They love the car, they love the color, they love the way that it drives. This actually puts me at, I believe, 1.5 cars, because even though this person isn't here, my manager is making me split the deal, which I don't think that should happen, because one, the salesperson was not here to answer the lead, call, or anything. 2, I worked the whole deal front to back. 3, I'm the one delivering it. And 4, the other salesman is on vacation. I have a vacation set up from the 14th to the 16th. I want to be in a good number before I leave and go on vacation. See how today goes. I'm gonna wrap up with my customers and deliver this vehicle. I just finished selling this 2025 Ford Ranger. I'm gonna go ahead and get it gassed up. My customers are in finance and they need to leave because they're gonna go to Mexico in a few hours. These customers came in and they were just walking around the lot. So when I went over to them and asked if they were being helped, she was on the phone, so she kind of gave me a thumbs up and I just walked away, assuming that someone was already helping them out. So while I was waiting, looking at my phone, just outside waiting for a customer, she actually comes up to me and she says, "Hey, do you think you can help me out? I'm trying to look at this vehicle over here." And I was like, "Yeah, I thought you were already being helped." And she told me, well, she worked with someone a few weeks ago but couldn't remember their name. I asked how they look like. They couldn't give me an ideal description. I'm not gonna be a detective, and in the end, they didn't ask for them. They said that they didn't see him at the dealership. So I said, okay, let me help you out. When I helped them out, did everything, I looked in the system, I put her in the system, and any salesman that was working with this lady would have had her in the system. She was not in the system. She was nowhere to be found. So she was up for grabs. I did the deal. While we were doing the deal, she just wanted a second truck. She already had a paid off GMC Canyon or Cayenne, something like that. It's one of the competitive trucks to, you know, the Ranger, Ridgeline, Tacoma. And they told me that they're gonna take it to Mexico, that they're gonna buy a truck and then they're gonna go to Mexico for vacation. So that's what they came to do. They came to buy a truck and then just go. So we ran their credit, amazing credit, 800 score. They put $20,000 down. Their payment is $620 at 5 years, and they're absolutely happy with the deal. They're happy with their vehicle. They love the vehicle, and I can't wait to finish delivering and getting this deal wrapped up. It's August 4th, and I have 3 cars out. I'm on a really good roll, but I'm gonna hurry up and deliver this car and get her going to Mexico. I just finished selling this 2025 Ford Ranger Lariat. My customer's in finance, and I'm gonna go ahead and gas it up. My customer actually walked past me, and I didn't even see him walk. So when he walked past me, I said, "Hey, have you been helped?" And he's like, "No, I just came by to look at a car." I said, "Cool, let me go ahead and walk with you to show you the vehicle. Did you see a vehicle that you liked on our website?" He said, "Yes, I saw this Lariat that you guys have on the lot." So we went over to it, we looked at it. He has a Lariat himself, a 2020 that he bought a few years ago. He just finished paying it off, but he saw the improvements from a 2020 to a 25. I showed him all the new features, I showed him how everything looked, and he absolutely loved the new 2025. He told me that he was just here to look and test drive, but he loved the car so much. When I asked him, "Hey, would you mind if I showed you some numbers?" He said, "Let's go for it." I showed him the numbers. We went back and forth a little bit just on the trade. He wanted a little bit more for his trade, but we were able to get him a good deal. He loves the car. He paid off his car in June. He ended up financing the car, and he said he actually really liked working with me. He appreciated that I just showed him the car, showed him the features. I kind of just let him look at the car and make him fall in love with it, and then we got down to numbers. This is the second vehicle he's bought from this dealership, and I'm hoping that next time he goes to buy a vehicle, he buys it with me. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna head over to there because I think he's just about done.